What's up with it, y'all? Yeah. We back with another one. We back with another one. I found this. I was, doing what I do. You know how I do, going through things, and I found this right here, which is this is very interesting. This video was very interesting. Like, as I do, I watch like the first minute or so to see if it's something that we can talk about. And this was one that I was like, yeah, this is something to be talked about and explained right here because basically what they did was, I guess somebody had rabies and it affected their brain and they took mycelium or the shrooms and they injected it in into the rabies to see what would happen and it reconstructed it. So this is going to be an interesting video right here. I'm trying to wait on Ozo to get up in here because we're gonna welcome Ozo to the stage because he's a platinum grower and he I like to have people in here that understanding well anybody is always welcome to join when we doing the live. Just when you in here, read the room, okay? That's all I can say is read the room. Read the room. When you come into when we're talking about something or we're watching a video like this and doing a reaction to it, read the room. But let's stay on topic with the video and that thing of that nature, and keep it on point, because as the channel is growing, it's gonna be a lot of people watching with, after the video, we can always get into all the other things we talk about as usual. But when we start off with like a video like this, like just let's like try to stay on topic with what the video is talking about to make the so we can go deeper into what we're looking at, and not getting too much all over the place. After the video is done, it's a whole nother thing. You feel me? The gloves are off. After the video is over and we didn't, talked about it, the gloves are off for us to go wherever we go. Cause I ain't gonna lie, we be having some interesting conversations and I feel like, everybody has a piece to this puzzle that we may call life. What's up with it, Cake? Too? We all have a piece of this story that's going on. But this video is like very, very interesting. Wait, let me see if this man let me see. Because a lot of people don't understand. I think all you gotta do is just click the link and yeah, it's fairly easier here doing it with StreamYard than it is with the other things. But this video is called Neuroscience just did the impossible. Neuroscience just did the impossible. And like I said, I didn't watch the whole video. I just watched, the first couple of minutes so I can see if this was something that I wanted to talk about because we always talk about how when you diving in on psychedelics, how they rewire the brain. And he said, Man, what you mean you seen it already? You seen it already, Awoken One?" He said, "I saw that. Like, and you didn't send it to me? Come on, man." I wanna wait till Ozo jump in. Wait, let me see. Let me call him one more time and see where he at with it. And see where he at with it. Cause what happened? I'm we live right now. I was just waiting on you to tap in. 'Cause I don't want to play the video and then no, not the Discord. When you go to the live in the comments, you'll see the link because I'm on StreamYard. All right. Yeah, had Ozo join because that was a dope live with Wally yesterday. No, that was that was dope. Wally be going in, and like I think when Wally get to the explaining that you don't exist like that's kind of scary at times, even though we know it and we can see it. We like it's hard to believe because you hear now, and it's like you always it's like it remind me of Horton Hears the Who, where the Who's was in Whoville going, "We are here, we are here, we are here," because they couldn't be heard, so or couldn't be seen, and it make me think of things like that. And I was like, this is something I was talking about with Ozo too. It was like it's kind of dope when you can have all these interesting dives. Oh, dang, you just seen it when you woke up. That's dope. That's dope. Oh yeah, what's up with it, Ozo?
What's up, man?
Yeah. But no, I was talking about how, when we have all these interesting dives and it didn't it didn't change the you that you are dealing walking around in society. You ain't walking around with no dashiki on, trying to dress like a mushroom and everything like that. You feel me? You still be the same thing that you kind of created, with just a deeper understanding of things, which is like cool to me, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, can you see the video?
Is let me see. I'm getting yeah, yeah, the dude. Yeah, yeah, I see the dude.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's go on and just kick it off. Awoken one said he woke up and already seen this video. I'm like, well, dang, it always go out to, you know, always show to a lot of us. But let's go on and just dive in.
Just happened in neuroscience that should not be possible. These researchers took the deadliest virus on the planet, then they rewired this thing and they used it to watch psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms, physically repair the brain in real time, all the way down to the exact neurons that are involved. What they
Hey, you hear that,
Yeah,
Ozo?
yep.
That is some trippy stuff.
All the way down to the neurons, bro. And you know that activation of the whole mind somehow, we experience a lot of things during that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's doing to us, but it's activating everything and waking everything up.
Yeah, and it's wild because like I be trying to tell certain ones I know about it. Like if you're having this problem, okay, go microdose. Like take your chances microdosing instead of taking your chances taking all the medications and stuff. Go on
Hmm.
microdose and give it a month and see what happens.
Hmm.
You're like, nah, I can't do that. It's gonna have me hallucinate. No, it's not. No, it's
Nah,
not. It's microdose.
nah, I'm gonna stick to
Don't.
this crack.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I'm gonna
discovered
stick
in
to
this
my
study changes
heroin.
everything that we thought we knew about consciousness and identity and trauma and even who you are as a human being. So if you ever wondered how one psychedelic experience can change somebody's life, you're about to see the actual mechanism right here. And I don't say this as a metaphor because I know that neuroplasticity is a buzzword now. What I'm talking about is programmable rewiring captured with a legitimately weaponized virus, and the implications are unbelievably staggering. So stay with.
And that's crazy because I ain't gonna lie, although that's what I be feeling like. I be feeling like a lot of the thoughts and ideas that we have. be that right there, be like this weaponized thing that's put inside you to make you look and do things a certain way. Like they use the words as a weapon, and then they program you, and then the mushrooms come in and they rewire all that. And it'd be kind of hard for people to kind of step away, like I always say, step outside of your understanding and your belief.
Hmm. That's that's the first thing they do is make you step outside of all that. They you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
just somehow, you know what I mean? They just, I don't know, man, how to explain it, but they definitely, just like anybody who likes watching movies would understand, you know what I mean? Or anybody who likes comics, or anybody who understands the terms when they talk about the multiverse and about portals and about, you know what I mean, spiritual stuff too. Like, you know what I mean? All that stuff mixed into one. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
into one thing. What's up, Christos?
Because the breakthrough isn't just what psilocybin does in the brain, it's how we can actually physically control what it's doing in the brain. The last part of this video might be the most astonishing thing that you've ever heard about the human mind.
I think that's the part that I'll be always trying to get into. It's like
Feels
how the
like
mind
science
works.
fiction, but it's not. Since 2021, we've known that psilocybin grows new connections between neurons, thousands and thousands, millions of them. They last weeks, and some of them are permanent. But there was a big problem with that. It's that nobody knew where specifically those connections actually went and what happened. So we basically knew that the brain grows these new little roadways, but we have no idea which cities these roads are connecting. And this is where Cornell and the Allen Institute did something almost unthinkable. They turned to rabies. Yes, the weird thing that makes dogs foam at the mouth and bite people and stuff. The rabies.
What the heck, bro? You know what's weird about this? Because remember, it was a while back. I said this. I said, when I got sick, I got real sick. When I caught the flu, what did I do? I went and I took mushrooms.
Hmm.
The day after, it was gone.
Hmm. They rewired everything.
Yeah. And they attacked that thing. Like, even when I remember when I think I had like a toothache, I was supposed to get some work done, and I was taking amoxicillin. I don't know what that is, what it's called, but I was taking these pills they were giving me in order to fight off the infection. And then when I took the mushrooms, the day I took the pills, and the mushrooms were like showed me I was with the mushrooms inside of my body, going through killing off all those little things that I just took, bro. It was like weird as hell. Like, even they started dropping like spores like in my veins. Like the spores would just go poof, and they'll start dropping, and they were sticking to the sides of my veins as they were falling. And like that's when I said, man, these things really, I was like tripping, bro.
Showing you the slide that they try to animate for us on TV, talking about this is what the shot does when we give it to you. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was trippy. But saying every time I get
That's
sick
fucked
and I
up.
take shrooms, the shrooms cure my sickness. Yeah, it's like been where I ain't been sick in a minute though.
Virus
Mhm.
naturally travels backwards through your nervous system. So it jumps from one neuron and then into every neuron that sends signals to that neuron, and then into every neuron upstream of all of those. It's the ultimate retrograde neuron tracking system, but it's also the
Wow.
deadliest pathogen that we know. So scientists engineered a version of this rabies that only jumps one neuron at a time, and they deleted the gene that enables lethal replication, and they added this little green, actually green, fluorescent
What's up,
marker
bro?
to it. And they turned this most deadly virus in the world into a biological neon green highlighter. So it's a virus that kills, and it's now just getting used in this experiment to just highlight and light up the circuitry of physiological and psychological healing within the nervous system. So this is exactly where everything totally changes. Let's talk about the actual study here. On day one, they injected what they called a helper virus into the frontal cortex of these mice to prime these very super specific neurons first. And that incubated for about 13 days. And on day 14, one of these groups received psilocybin. The other group just got some regular saline. On day 16, they injected this modified rabies virus with the green highlighter in it into the exact same brain region. On day 21, the virus had spread backward, just one synapse, one neuron. Then the brains were harvested from the mice, and this is where it gets totally wild. They used something called light sheet microscopy, where it's just a ton of little super thin slices, unimaginably thin. And then they photograph every slice of each mouse brain. These are millions and millions of images. Then they counted every green highlighter neuron. And this is over 500,000 inputs per brain that they scanned. And each one of these things was mapped to its exact location across 316 brain regions. This was the first complete map of psilocybin and how it rewires a human brain that's ever been done in history. The results we thought were going to be random. We'd expect them to be pretty chaotic, and they were not at all. So the rewiring followed a pattern. So
look, okay. Although this is what gets me, right? Because we take these trips and have these experiences, right? And we experience what they're scientifically doing in real time.
Yeah. We telling people, yeah, you think it's chaos, but you understand what's happening.
Yeah, like in real time. No, I didn't hear about that, bro. But yeah, it's like, wait, hold on. Then you got the scientists. They got to chop the brains of the mice down to see what it's doing. When it's like, oh no, go take a high dose, and it'll show you in real time. You'll be there experiencing it in real time.
Statistically improbable. This value in the study is listed as p equals 0.00006. That's the odds of it happening by chance. So something very, very specific was happening in the brain. So the connections that got stronger, up to 10%, plus 10%, they were all sensory, and 10% is a massive deal. And the sensory parts were the primary somatosensory cortex, the primary visual cortex, the motor cortex, the retrosplenial cortex, and this is where we have like spatial memory, where we are in space. So in other words, psilocybin strengthens your connection to the external world. The world feels...
Okay. Wait.
Wow.
What?
Yo, listen, all of a sudden, here we are, like 6 years into the game, right? Like something like that. 6, 7 years, 5, 6, 7 years, right? Book like into the taking high doses and shrooms and fucking around. Now, here comes science, right? Piggybacking off of us having mad super visual experiences that was like all leading us to mystical writings, mystical drawings, spiritual drawings, UFO alien encounter stuff, Sasquatch stuff, just all this stuff pouring out of the shrooms, and it's like, yo, now, and the scientists now taking it by the numbers, by the ones and zeros, and saying, oh yeah. Come
and
on,
everybody look at the scientists and go, look, they right. They right. We understand the scientists. We just don't understand all these other people talking about it.
More vivid on psilocybin because your brain is literally wiring itself back into the world because those neurons are active. And then there's some connections that got weaker in the study, and they weakened by a full 15%. This is massive. And this is all in regions that build our internal narrative of who we are. And the first one is the infralimbic area. And this is down in the limbic system area. But this is where we have some fear responses. And then we have this little tiny piece of the brain called the insula. This is where we have anxiety, threat detection, stuff like that. Then we have the hippocampus. This was reduced. Memory is what the hippocampus does. Then we have the amygdala. This is our emotional center. And this other part of the brain called the orbitofrontal cortex. And this is where we sit and ruminate about stuff, or we expect something. We have some kind of expectations in our life. So let me put that in plain English for you. Psilocybin temporarily quiets the brain regions that generate you as a human being. All your fears, your memories.
And hey, look, I said this many a times, right? I'll say it again.
Book. If it's saying, he's saying right, like right where off what he said is shutting down the shit that makes you, the fears, the this. Some of us have learned to overcome our fears. Have learned to overcome, emotional. Like we're not perfect. It's hard to remove emotional connection to certain things, but we've learned to suppress to survive even in places where it's struggle in the struggle bubble and still be happy. Like yo, I'm good with what I got. Like you know what I mean. So a lot of us can handle this. Like, you know what I mean? Some people don't understand that even life circumstances that they had to deal with, that they toughen up and deal with, that the shrooms don't even do anything worse than that to you. Like they just, you know what I mean? They teach you lessons, but a lot of us deal with stuff all the time. And so
All the
why
time.
not? Why not take this stuff that's gonna heal Like, you know what I
Yeah, he
mean?
said, yeah, Minute Timmy said only 5 years. Damn, you guys came to the game late. Sure did. It's been seven, actually. It's been
7.
7. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been 7. But yeah,
But
I
within
came
that short
hella
time,
late, bro.
that short time though, I've already mastered mad stuff. Like, you feel me? Just by
Yeah,
unlocking shrooms, I've mastered everything of that has to do with them specifically. Like, you feel me? Not taking them, not what they do to us, not where they take us. I don't know nothing about that, but
yeah.
everything else, you feel me, about it itself. Like, you know what I mean? I learned how to do what I do with it. Like, so it's like it's crazy work. Like, there's information in there that's literally actively, like, you know what I mean, like you could see, like, nobody taught me some of the stuff that I know, you feel me, and there's no way to learn it. It's just I do it, and a lot of people tell me that you can't do it, and I do it all the time.
All the time. All the time. It's a beautiful thing, though. Beautiful.
Our little self-referential loops, the default mode network is the engine of depression. And that goes quiet as well. It loses its grip completely.
Oh
And this
my
is why people
God.
say the world feels new, because it literally is making a new world for you. But there is one part of this study that nobody
That
expected.
is
These
trippy.
researchers decide to silence just one brain region during the psilocybin session. So they chemically shut this brain region down. So the silenced region did not get rewired, but every other active region did. And this is massive. So the wiring is not random at all. It's very context dependent, it's experience dependent, and it is programmable. So essentially, what they're saying here in the study is we've proven that when your brain grows, you become what you pay attention to. And that means something pretty extraordinary and actually, I think, extremely dangerous. Because if you know for a fact which pathways are going to be active, then you can choose which pathways are going to get strengthened. And if you can silence the ones that cause fear and rumination and anxiety and trauma, you can weaken them big time. So,
You know what's crazy? Because this is what we look, bro. We already know this. It's
Yes.
crazy that the scientists are saying it. See, what we say is when you go in, you got to create what's those things? You feel me? You got to create say these different things, these different mantras to get you where you're going or to stop the certain things that you want to stop. Like these are things that we've been knowing for a long time diving in. And it's crazy because a lot of times when you dive in, you'll see yourself in different aspects or different parts of your brain doing this thing. This is crazy, bro. I need to be a scientist.
we
And
now
people will
know
listen.
that if you want to
People will
strengthen your
listen.
visual processing, you can show visual stimuli during the session. If you want to reduce anxiety loops, you can quiet down the insula or the amygdala during peak plasticity moments. If you want to reshape an entire human identity, you can guide someone's attention into new self models while the old ones are offline.
And this is what they do. Like when people take ayahuasca, hey, that's why they be playing music. This is what they're already doing. It didn't take science to do this. People already knew this. That's the beautiful thing about it. But I'm glad that scientists are starting to see that this can happen. That you reprogramming yourself, period. And that's what we do. It's
Yeah, if
been
they say the word reprogramming, they're thinking of the opposite part. They're thinking about the programming part, because he's already talked about if you show some certain images under the influence, it rewires your, you know what I mean, the way you think it. Like, especially at certain, if they're bringing it down to the brain stem level, that they're looking inside of there and they're seeing what parts of the brain region is lighting and what parts do what, they could make the stimulus last longer in certain regions. You feel me? To
yeah,
make you either smarter or to make you more of a stand-up guy or a dirtbag or whatever it is they need you to be. They could program you, programmable. You feel me? Like, we're just like
yeah,
they said that a lot of those what do they call them? They call them ebens, the little extraterrestrial beings that are like little. They said they were biological robots that were programmed to do certain things, and that the real ones are like taller, taller alien beings that are taller than these little dudes. Dang, I'm over here smoking, burning it down. So yeah,
That's
at the end of the day, it's crazy how
wild.
they show. They've been talking about things, weird things back in the day. Now it's like normal stuff. Like, oh yeah, this we could program, because if they could program, you know what I mean? I mean reprogram. They're thinking about the program part, That's what scientists been looking at from the beginning of psychedelics, and they was like they're trying to use it in that program to, the what was that program that they all them things that were conspiracies came out to be true. Even even leading this Stranger Things, the Montauk program was that Montauk. They had a Montauk, New York. They had a lab that this is where they were doing the thing of Stranger Things. And the girl, even from the movie from the show Stranger Things, her name was going to be Montauk, but they changed it and they called this show Stranger Things instead of the Montauk Project.
Yeah,
Woo!
it's kind of trippy because I think that's what we were doing, like diving
Mhm.
in or using it to reprogram our minds to to see different,
Yeah,
see
but
better.
that's this is the crazy spooky stuff about the programming of the mind, right? And this thing why I brought up the Stranger Things is because some of us who take psychedelics go into between places that are between, almost like the upside down that was described in the TV show. So
Yeah,
in the Montauk project, the kid that was doing this was a boy that was the most elevated one, and I think he's the one that they're making the new Stranger Things off of. The kid that's on the other side, he's the main project kid. So this kid was able to manifest things into reality. So they started doing tests on him and he was manifesting stuff. At one point, they said that when he started messing with manifesting stuff, time dilation started happening. People started losing time sense and all kind of stuff that the kid was doing. And that at one point, they did something to him. He got in trouble for something or whatever the reasons were. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Because this is a true story shit. He he manifested a monster into the lab, and the monster tore everybody back. And this monster had no face, and it's just the monster from Stranger Things.
yeah, yeah. I gotta go back and watch Stranger Things.
We
I
are
ain't even
crossing a
been in.
massive threshold, a huge threshold in neuroscience, maybe the biggest one ever. So, for the first time in the history of neuroscience, we're not just watching a brain go through some changes. We can now watch what the brain is becoming. So, this discovery shows us something that I think is pretty damn beautiful. Our brains, our mind, is not fixed. It's extremely evolving and dynamic, and we're witnessing our brain's ability to essentially rewire itself. And now we can see and then edit the script of that rewiring. So you might think
That's
this
what
is
we
maybe
do.
it's a therapy breakthrough, or maybe it's all about trauma and depression. But this is the first time in science we've identified the exact circuits that change during a transformative experience like this. We are seeing the real life blueprint of what's going on when we read these stories about how somebody's healed in a single session or
Yeah,
PTSD just kind of disappears. And we're seeing all of that neuron by neuron. So once you can see all of that circuitry, now you can design it. And that's the dangerous part, because this also means
dang.
identity. This thing that I call Chase, the thing that you call you, is not a constant. Identity is a product of whatever networks are active. And those networks can now be turned up or turned down. This is your personality, memories, reactions, fears, all of that. They're not as permanent as they feel.
Yeah, exactly. Like your fears. I feel like that's one of the first things that I was turning down within my experiences was my fears. Like my fears of height, like the boogeyman, bro. I call the fears the boogeyman because the boogeyman can take any shape. You feel me? It can take any shape and be that. And once I turned that off, or the devil, once I turned it off, those fears was gone. It's like they were no longer. And it's like but it,
You're a prisoner to what you subscribe to, bro.
yeah, yeah, you,
Because you might be not thinking you're a prisoner. You might be thinking you're free to make your choice. You are free to make your choices, but the choices you make to subscribe to something comes with anchors.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all already here.
Mhm.
And I always go. This is why the mushroom stopped me from hearing that voice in my head because the voice was the thing that was programming and programming and programming. Oh yeah,
And I think that truth is a double edged sword. It's liberating, but it's extremely unsettling for some people. And here's what I think this truly means as a whole: whoever controls your attention during a psychedelic window, they control what gets strengthened, they control what gets weakened, and they control which version of you comes out on the other end.
hey, I said this because remember, like when we had the meetup, and
Mhm.
we were doing the meetup, and it was my turn to have my DMT experience. And when I was
Mhm.
having it, they was playing the music and they were doing all these chants. Hey man, stop that. I already
Yeah,
know where I want to go.
yeah,
I don't need nobody to help send me somewhere. Because on the
yeah.
psychedelic
Don't be weaving no webs or opening no portals for me, man.
exactly, exactly. I know where I'm going and I know where I need to go. Which in the fact what I'm saying is I don't. I'm letting the psychedelics shoot because the
Yeah,
psychedelics gonna read the full me. The person
pretty
that's
much.
standing outside of me is gonna have their own interpretation. And it's like, no, let this thing do what it does. That's why a lot
That's
of
why,
times, like when
yo, listen. That's why book we gotta be careful with. They're trying to make it more mainstream. Like it's good to be alone, alone in the silent darkness, like Terrence said. Silent darkness and aloneness. And a lot of people are like, oh, I need someone to be there. Like I know a lot of us have these fears. I don't know where they come from. But a lot of people are shook diggity. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's like he's saying that it's you're in your most vulnerable mind state, and those people influencing your mind in that moment influence who comes back.
yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
into that experience. So this is a discovery with the power to heal millions and millions of people. It's also the power to manipulate them. So I think we are entering an era, just with this study being published, where consciousness itself can be pretty much engineered. But I think the most astonishing and beautiful part about this is that the breakthrough doesn't just show us how psilocybin changes the human brain. This shows us that consciousness may not be a static property at all. In this study, for the first time, we can see real code in all of that stuff. And once you see it, you're not going to unsee it. So if you want to understand the next layer, why the brain relaxes its grip on reality during these states and how your predictive model shapes everything that you experience, watch the next few videos that we have coming out this week and next week, because once you understand the brain's prediction engine, everything about this breakthrough gets even more weird. If you're into this study, you want to look into it, I'll put a link down in the description underneath this video. So this is a huge deal. This is a massive discovery for neuroscience, and I appreciate you hanging out with me for a bit. Please consider hitting that button down there that
Yeah, that's wow.
Man, that
That's
that
dope.
combined with the other guy, I forget his name. That he's trying to live forever. He's trying to see how long the human body could live without dying, like you to stay young forever. And once he found out the studies on psilocybin saying that it could increase your lifespan by 50%, he was on it. He's on it. Now he's taking high 5 gram doses, and they're studying and they're looking at the shrooms how they go through the body because he has one of the most sophisticated things to monitor the body's responses to environment and to anything that's going into intake of food, anything that's happening to you internally. He's got all these things. They're already monitoring this guy. So now he's giving them a new study on psilocybin mushrooms. So you got to definitely look into that one too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send it to me. Do you know what's wild is because like I was just talking to Rob the other day and he finally got it. When remember when we were talking about like a lot of times like you don't have to go in on high doses, you feel
Hmm.
me, in order for the mushrooms to really kick in and activate and do what they do. And he
Yeah.
accidentally took 1 gram and he said it kicked in like 5 grams. He said it caught him off guard. And I said, see, I told you. You feel me? Like a lot of times, like it's cool to
No,
dive
listen,
in.
the studies at um John Hopkins University show that if you microdose over the course of a month, that your body builds up, and then one day you just have a high dose experience on that same microdose. Because after a month expanse of taking it, ingesting, I don't know where it builds up at, but somehow it builds up within us, and you just get an experience. Versus the high dose in one shot, get it all done, said and done. They said it was cool, it worked either way, but they said it was faster to give the people the high dose. They would get it would knock it out the park faster. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because at first it was trying to do the microdose and all this, and they seen how it just would randomly boom. After a certain amount of time, people would have that mega dose. It would give them that mega dose effect without a mega
yeah,
dose.
yeah. Without the mega dose, but Like I like to kind of play with it. But no, I ain't gonna lie. Lately, like my last 10 experiences, bro, I've been just diving in on the whole 5 to 10. It's like when I get there, like if I get a chocolate bar, I'm taking the whole thing. I don't
Yeah.
have time to, oh, I'm gonna eat half of it today and then tomorrow. No, I'm smacking the whole thing.
Yeah,
Ain't no
because every
trying to
time you're
go.
like, I should have ate the whole thing. Every time I
Yeah.
should have. Now you
Like
got
I
no
should have took it
excuses.
all. I should
Now
have
you
took
got
it
no
all.
excuses. Yeah.
But it's like I was saying, it gets more weirder later on down the line because you start to skip all the stories and you get to that infinite one thing that exists, and that's the fucking scary part because it lets you know, okay, now we didn't surpass, we didn't showed you all the movies. You see, we can show you more movies if you want to see that. We can every TV show that's out there, we can show you, and we can put it in the forefront and show you in different octopuses or whatever creature we need to come in, and then you get to that one part to where you see that it's all just a reflection of you, and then
Yeah.
like once it get there, it's like it shows you to see if you can handle it, and then if you can handle it, oh my god, that shit is crazy, bro. That's he said. DMT is cyclical. You know what? Also, that's one thing that I used to ask all the time. I used to be like, "Dang it!" Like, because once I got into the DMT, like y'all started telling me about the mushrooms, and then
Mhm.
once I started diving in on the mushrooms, that's the question I used to always ask: like, is DMT and mushrooms the same thing? Because why am
Contained.
I
Yeah.
having?
Yeah. Hell yeah. It goes into the same spot.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I having DMT experiences off the mushrooms?
Hmm.
Like I'm seeing the blue lake. I'm seeing like the fractal shit that I was seeing on the DMT. It's just the mushrooms. I think I just fell into the mushrooms because it lasts longer. I like that 6 to 8 to 10 hours. I love that
Those,
shit.
those, those two molecules are the magic molecules, the DMT molecule, the psilocybin molecule. Those molecules is right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the mushrooms though is like older than all of those things. So the mushrooms has its own packet of everything in it. Like, you know what I mean? The you don't need nothing. It's already pre-packet. Like, you feel me? Like, it has the DMT. You don't have to combine nothing and nothing to make the ayahuasca. You don't have to combine nothing and nothing to make DMT. You don't have to do none of that stuff. That's just already pre-packaged within the psilocybin mushroom. You know what I'm saying? As it
Yeah,
goes into your body and it turns into that serotonin, melatonin style receptor shit that goes into like a key shape that fits right in there. It's already bringing all that stuff with it, like all the like, you know what I mean?
yeah. So okay. Like, have you ever had that to where like a low dose was about the same as one of the high doses you took?
Yeah, yo. So see, this is the thing. You know, we done things backwards, a lot of things, because we hard headed. So a lot of people was paying mad mega bucks to go take this big ayahuasca ceremony and all this other stuff. So they put ayahuasca at the top of the ladder. Like, this is the ultimate peak of this and that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm over here, Terrence McKenna up, listening to that, and I'm passing him already. Then I'm on Kalindi, and I'm over here, all right, trying to add up to what Kalindi talking about. So I'm taking these high ass doses. So okay, now somebody comes to me in the same wave, in the same lane of stuff, talking about psychedelics, and they invite me to the retreat to go take ayahuasca on a high dose ayahuasca. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now when I go there, I explain to these people, like, I try to be humble as possible. I'm not trying to, I don't go trying to talk to this group of people like I know anything. I'm telling them, like, listen, this is my first time here taking ayahuasca. I'm just trying to let you know that I've already been initiated by taking 30 grams of mushrooms. I've taken high grade mushrooms, so I want to make sure that when I take the ayahuasca, that I get the full effect. Like, you feel me? I'm not afraid. I'm not here to fight it. I'm not here to nothing. I'm gonna surrender to whatever I drink. So let's go. Like, you feel me? So they was laughing and they was like, okay, cool, whatever. But when I took it and I was laying down, I took 2 glasses of this stuff, nasty, gooey stuff, right? It was like the equivalent of um I would say 7 grams of mushrooms. That's it.
Oh
You know what I mean? That's what it's like.
wow.
That's what ayahuasca is like. 7 grams of shrooms. I've taken 30. 30 is obliterating white light, like just the portals. That I can't. The infinite abyss. I don't know where. I don't know what's happening, and it lasts in your system for days. But ayahuasca, like 7 grams of shrooms. You know what I mean? Same amount of time in your body,
What
and way
what
less. It wasn't even as strong as 7 grams of shrooms. 7 grams of shrooms is stronger than ayahuasca.
yeah, it's that yeah, that's crazy because like
Hmm.
I always say, like the time when I took ayahuasca with Charles and
Hmm.
and I drank it,
I
I
would say
threw it up in
more
like
realistic.
3 minutes.
Realistically, yeah, more realistically, book. I would say ayahuasca is the equivalent of even to a shroomer, like somebody who takes a lot of shrooms. I would say was maybe even like a little more than an eighth. Just taking an eighth of shrooms, just 1/8, and taking the whole thing, and
Yeah,
feeling nice, and then you know what I mean. And you get into a bliss. Sometimes you get potent shrooms that'll do nice, that'll do to give you the 7 gram effect. You know what I mean? So that's why I said it's between 3 grams and 7. That's what ayahuasca is. So
yeah, yeah.
like
But
Colombia. Hmm?
Christo said every ayahuasca brew is different. I wonder if they just did it
No, but
like
see,
what?
the DMT, we've already done DMT, we've done ayahuasca, we've done all these different, and I'm telling you, out of all of them, shrooms is the most potent, even more than DMT.
Yeah, well,
Like you just got to, because shrooms you could take as much as you want. I'm not saying that you take an eighth and you're gonna see the world like DMT is gonna show you immediately, but or like taking a rocket ship. But I know for a fact you take 10 grams, 15 grams of shrooms, you can't say this doesn't do nothing to me. Then do it again. Then
nah, you're not gonna be able to say that because, like,
yeah.
when I took, like I always say, when I took the ayahuasca, I threw it up in like 3 minutes, and he was like, "It's not gonna work," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, okay, I'm gonna just dive in on some mushrooms," and I took the 5 grams of mushrooms, so it was like it combined the
Hmm.
mushrooms with the ayahuasca, and oh my god, when I say it sent me, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared because the way it hit me like somebody shot me or something. Like I got shocked literally by a lightning bolt, and like
Yo.
every time, and like all I did was take a sip of beer, and it was like boom, it shocked me like a lightning bolt. I'm like, what
Oh.
the fuck? Like
Put
everything
that cup
turned
down.
white, and yeah, and then it went back, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I said, no, I'm tripping. Let me try this again. I did it again. It shocked me again the same way. Everything turned
Oh
white,
man.
and then it went back. And then that's when I was like, oh shit, yeah, whatever that is, that shit's kicking in. Put my hand over my eye, bro. I'm telling you, I was ISIS, literally ISIS, standing there, one wing out, one wing down. It's like life went and came back and stopped and started from the beginning. And I'm like, going, this is fucking crazy. But the one thing I said, I want to do it again to where I'll be actually ready. I want to take ayahuasca again and then I ain't gonna take 5 grams, but like 3 grams of mushrooms with it. Because even within the experience that I had, the mushrooms when I took them, like I think it was like 2 days later, I dove in again by myself at the house, and the mushrooms was basically showing me most of your experience came from us. It replayed my experiences for me and showed me that most of your experience off the ayahuasca came from us. And it was like, bro. We're coming from compound structure. And then he was saying about the 4-ACO. Yeah, the 4-ACO, the synthetic cycle thing. It actually does the same thing when it hits your stomach. The 4-ACO wasn't even that strong to you though, Ozo.
Nah, it wasn't. I took a lot of that stuff, and everybody else had them rock, not me, because I had taken so much shrooms. The shrooms is something different. They rewire your brain.
Yeah. Explain exactly what cyclopean is. DMT means. What is it? Let's see. But yeah, no, I didn't see it. I thought I had put it up, but dang. But yeah, no, it's I don't know,
You
the
know how
four
rare it
ACO
is.
when I
You
took
know
it,
how rare
man.
it is for me to come across anybody who's willing to take 30 grams of shrooms and just sit down and just chill out on a hammock or something, just relax.
Man, your mom did.
I know that, but I'm talking about regular people. They should. My mom dukes to do it, so that's why I look at people like they're crazy. Like my mom's will do this. Like, what you mean? I'm not telling you to do nothing crazy.
No, but what's the dope thing about it is the way you even, you do it, like it makes it easy to even take it down. Because they probably looking like I gotta eat 30 grams. It's like, nah, I'm about to do it like this. You can drink it as a tea.
Mm-hmm.
You can eat it as chocolate. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
big difference than just, trying to eat 30 grams. You remember what Kalinda used to say, you feel me? Trying to hold that shit down, throw it up
No,
and
it's
say
hard.
it in the toilet.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard because when when what's his name came over here, what's this kid's name that was over
Oh,
here?
Rand.
Yeah, when he came over here, the shroom bars, the Buddhas that I had made, what was it, 15 grams? Those are
Yeah.
15, right? Yeah, gave him a 15. Those are 15 grams, right? And in 15 alone, when I was when trying to eat the Buddha, you could feel half, like I ate almost half of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like almost the whole thing. But when I was almost to the bottom, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to babysit Rance if I continued to eat this shrew, because it was already melting my peripherals, and my eye, like the sky was transforming around me. Like it was like, yo, okay, I could stay in this state and ignore the sky transforming and just be cooling and just talk, because I'm very cool. Like I'm not uncomfortable. Like you feel me, of stuff happening that I can't explain. I'll just look at it like, oh shit, that's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But some people,
Yeah.
they can't control it, and they think they need control, and they think that there's something to control or something, and they just they wig out. Like, you feel me? So, but it would be hard, dog, to make something with 30 grams of chocolate or anything, even if I try to make it as small as possible. I guarantee when somebody starts eating that, after they take a few bitefuls of this thing, when they get down to like, you feel me? There's no way, I don't think you're gonna be able to eat the 30 gram without knowing that you're literally jumping off a bridge. Like, as you're like, you feel it happening to you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just crazy. He said, all of you are grid workers. What the hell is a grid worker? What is that? Of the earth and sending information back and forth like a trend. Damn, that is crazy. What the hell? I ain't never heard of that. He said the act. It said to act as energy workers for the planet, and sometimes are conduits for galactic activity too, working with the crystalline grid of the Earth and sending information back and forth like a transmitter. That is fucking crazy. Is that what we be doing? That what they call? Hey, and then some of y'all, man, y'all be texting a lot, man. You better come in in the chat. You trying to have me read all these chats? The chat be going crazy. He said, I don't know how you guys can do 15 to 30 grams of shrooms. I did an eighth of Mac Galactic shrooms on June 2nd, 2025, and they had me seeing the Most High God and receiving a glorified body. Exactly. Exactly. And entering what I can only describe as heaven. Yeah. Yeah. We've done that. Yeah, we've done that. We've done that. Like, and it's weird because, like you say though, like you can do it off low doses. Like me, like Ozo is like Ozo, Rob, is certain ones that take the high doses. Me, the most I ever took was 10. That was the most. I never went into the 15s and the 20s. But just to see these dudes do the 15, 20, 30 grams and sit there like it's nothing and be tripping out, but not tripping out, but still be coherent at the same time, seeing grids and everything. That shit do be amazing because it's like I could take 3.5 and it seemed like everything changes. I can't even walk around sometimes because everything turn into gears and you feel me? Everything changes. So that is crazy. What's up with it, loud take? You heard of God, you would not have had that experience. If you never heard of God, you would have not had that experience. And let's not look, minute Timmy, let's not get into that because I'm gonna tell you, I over time of my tripping off psychedelics, like I always say, when I got rid of the devil, I never say that I got rid of the God too, because people will not understand what I'm saying. Like, but once I got rid of both of those two things, shit got way different. You feel me? Because when you think of like God and devil, all you thinking of is good and bad. This is the creation of us, of the self, creating the good and bad out there, the good and bad nature. This is what we always done. But once you get rid of it, you start getting into seeing that, people just do shit. You feel me? And then when people do shit, we always want to have somebody or something to blame on the things that are happening. Like when it comes to us, but we don't never want to take responsibility for ourselves and the actions that we do. That's the one thing that I that I've understood.
Accountability. No accountability.
Yeah, he said that experience changed me forever. Yeah, me too. Me too. Because I see it totally different now with people. You feel me? And like even when my last experience that I talked about that you can go see when I took the 10 grams, and it was showing me that okay, the God was different than it was a higher entity, higher than the God, because the God in the experience was nothing but the controller, the creator, the king, the ruler, the president, the dad. It was the thing that was always trying to control reality to the point to where it was like if I can't control it, I will destroy it. And that's what we do as people also. I call it the God complex. That's where I came up with the God complex at, because everybody has this God complex. You see people, you see the Hebrew Israelites standing out there preaching the word, and they like, if you don't believe it, you going to hell, you gonna die. Period. Anything outside of this is not real, because this is what it's supposed to be. And then you start seeing this with in every aspect of not just religion but spirituality also, because you'll get this spirituality thing and you'll start thinking that everything else is lesser than what spiritual. And it's like, bro, it's all still playing the same game. It's the same game, different name. That's it. See, God is a child, and what people call the devil is one of its toys. Yeah, that is actually that is deep right there. Peyote, the cactus is strange. Yeah, I dove in on the peyote before too. I got some San Pedro, been growing some seed like 50 cactus. They're a few inches tall, but let's see, down. Hey, yeah, the peyote, it was, and I think I just took a low dose. I think I took a low dose, but it was cool. It was almost like a low LSD experience, but it was cool too. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, for some reason I go back to the mushroom. I go back to the mushroom for some reason. I love DMT, don't get me wrong, but the mushrooms, I like that long lasting feeling. I like to be on a mushroom trip all day. And like usually when I dive in, I try to do other things to make it last as long as I can. You feel me? And Ozo, did you ever dive in on the
Nah,
tacky
not yet. Nah,
the
not yet.
tacky
Nope.
the tacky tack?
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
you you ain't even tried to take a little taste.
Nah, I know it ain't gonna taste good like bud, so I just be smoking bud while I'm doing stuff and handling these puppies and all that. I ain't really had, you know what I mean. The one that I'm always ready to do is the shroomies because I could do those at the end of the night or early in the morning, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the Sally don't last that long, bro.
Yeah.
Feel me? It don't last that long. And I think what had me in this is the cold thing about it. When I first did it, I'm
Mhm.
telling you, I couldn't stop because it just made it got more interesting. I had to smoke more to where I smoked up the whole little thing, bro, in like an hour. In like an
Uh,
hour. Then I had to go get a higher extract. You feel me? That was a lot stronger than what I had, which was dope.
yep.
You feel me? He said, "Drop that LSD in your eye like Christ." That's one thing I never seen neither. I never seen the LSD drops.
Oh
Perform,
yeah,
hear music while tripping. Oh, he said, "Do you guys prefer to hear music while tripping or silence?" Music was my thing.
silence, kid.
Yeah, you know why I used to like music though,
Well,
Ozo? Because
um, music usually I could listen to it after I'm done tripping, and the shrooms are still in my system. I could listen to music, and the music sounds deep, and you could travel through the music and everything. But during
yeah,
the high dose peak intensity, like I need quiet, I need silence.
yeah, yeah, like because I was doing the music, like in the beginning, I was doing the music a lot because the music was taking me. I don't know, it was certain instruments or certain things happening within the music that was taking me further on my experiences. Like,
Yeah, yeah. If I take anything under 3 grams, I could just listen to music the whole time. But anything up high doses, they'll make me turn the music off. Like you'll get up like a robot and turn everything off.
yeah, no, I started to do that later, but the music, bro. The crazy thing about the music is when you're deep in the trip, you can't hear the music. You won't even hear the person, whoever's singing or rapping or whatever you listening to. It disappears, and the music becomes the experience. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the dope thing that I like about the music. But later on, it started getting to that to where the music even got annoying to where I couldn't listen to it. I had to take it off, and I had to lay there and just get beat up by the mushrooms.
yeah. By wave of music. Yo, I
I
seen the
just
music become
get beat
physical.
up.
I seen the music become like a physical, like a ladder that you climb into a story. Like the music, I could see the notes in the air, type of thing. Like not the notes like they draw them on paper, but you could see the vibrations in the air. Like I don't know what it is. The music, you could see it
Yeah,
somehow. The music is trippy, but on certain doses it doesn't work. I don't think the shrooms will let you even, like, you know what I mean. And then some doses are so high that it doesn't matter what's happening around you. You're gone. You have no. It doesn't matter.
yeah. I have you had them doses to where everything sound like bullshit. You can't, you can't. You put on Terrence McKenna, bullshit. You put on Kalindi, bullshit. Everything I put on was just bullshit, and I'm like, going, I can't listen to nothing, like
Yeah, nothing.
nothing at times. Like it make
Yeah,
me die. Take my headphones off and actually throw them. It'd be just like static electricity that's just hurting my ears. And I just got to
yeah,
get rid of everything and lay there, like I said, just get whooped on by the shroom. And
yep.
and it do be dope though. It'd be dope, but at the same time, like I started to see that I could save my experiences into what I was listening to. So like if I go to my car and I play the music now, not on shrooms, my experience would come back. It was like almost like what dude was talking about like how you rewire your brain and you can wire it to certain things to where even when people are talking about certain things, it'll activate. The shrooms will activate again in that sense of them just talking about something.
Hmm.
I eventually said, like, let's see, that's true. That happened to me. Although I eventually turned it off, and the mushrooms were teaching me a lesson. Yeah, yeah. But I think when I started listening to music, I had to use music to try to grab my ego's attention because as you're on the experience, your mind will be saying all these things. It's saying this, saying that. Every time it sees something, it's basically trying to explain what it's seeing. And I got tired of that. You feel me? And
Yep.
that's when I started, putting on music. And then it got to the point to where the mushrooms just said, okay, we just gonna take that away. And like if you notice, right, this is one thing that you notice also with the mushrooms. Like dude was saying here about how you like how they can connect to certain parts of the brain and like turn it off and turn it on. You start seeing this is what you're doing on your mushroom experience. You're diving into yourself and you're activating yourself or deactivating yourself. You're taking away and putting in newer things or better things. Like this is what you're actually doing. If you watch all your experiences, you can see how you led yourself to where you are now within the experience to have the ultimate experience that you're having now when you dive in. Like if you pay attention, you'll see yourself leading yourself. And it's like it don't seem like it's you, but it is. Say, Well, you had control over making the triggers. You just didn't know at the time. Now you know that's half the battle. You're making your own triggers. Yeah, yeah, exactly. UL. That's what you start to see. That's that programming. I usually lay down or sit in silence when I'm tripping because it creates a whole new world. No, that's one of the best things. Like that's why I used to say in the beginning, bro, I'll lay down for 6 hours. The only time I get up is to go to the restroom. That's it.
Yep.
That that's it. And then I did it so much, and people were like, I'm hearing everybody else moving around saying, "No, I was doing this and I was doing that," and then that's when I started kind of stepping out, going, "Okay, well, let me try, to get up, move around, walk over here or walk over there, or just, but around the house, go in the front yard, go in the backyard." You feel me? I started to kind of move around on it, but at the same time, that's what I like to do. I like to lay there for hours, bro, for hours. I'm laying there so long, it's like I didn't live many lifetimes. Like one time I watched myself, grow old as a different person like 100 times, and my shit kept growing long. And every time I came back, I'm trying to explain shit to people, and then it's like, bam, I go away. You feel me? And then I die. Then I come back as another person, and I'm like explaining the same shit, and it was like over and over and over again, just many different lifetimes, bro. Like that's the part that gets me. That's the part that gets me is when you start seeing these different lifetimes because I go, is it real? Okay, am I connecting to lifetimes that I lived, or am I connecting, which would be the same thing, to lifetimes that were lived of people before me that I just share the same DNA with them? Am I diving into that and I'm seeing they shit? But then what debunked that is when I had an experience. I mean, some of the experiences I don't be liking to talk about because they be weird as shit. They be weird as shit. Like, although when I was the fucking Asian girl coming home from school, and I'm going, I don't know that this is going on. I'm just this person walking down the street holding my books like this. Come in the house, set my books on the counter, look in the refrigerator, close the refrigerator, grab my phone, go upstairs and set my phone in front of me. Like sitting on the ground, set my phone in front of me. And then that's when I popped out her body. And I was able to see her like I'm looking at myself like this. And I'm like going from her face all the way down, nigga, her body to the phone sitting in front of her. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, hell no. But
So you was just hitching a ride.
that's what it seemed like. That's what it
Hmm.
seemed like. And then like one time I was I was but these were up to date because she had a cell phone, a touchscreen cell phone. And then even the other one, I was like this Mexican dude, I was like a Mexican dude with my
Yo,
socks pulled all the way up
that's
to
the
my
first
fucking
time I've
knees.
ever heard anybody say that book. I've never heard anybody say they seen a cell phone or technology in a dream.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was look, I was because when I grabbed the cell phone, I was waiting on somebody to call me. I forgot who it was, but I was waiting on a phone call. And like when I set the cell phone down on the floor, that's when I popped out her body, and I was able to see her face and like go down and see the cell phone sitting in front of her, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But that was off the 4ACO. The 4ACO put me in so many different timelines and so many different people bodies that it was just like, bitch, how? Like how is this even like how? So I because I used to think that I'm going back in time, I'm traveling through my blood, and it's like no, if everything is connected, you can be anywhere at any place at any given time. It can be today, it can be yesterday, it can be future. Like a lot of us did that. Like I didn't even had future experiences. Like off the 4ACO showed me my every time I took 4ACO, it showed me my next experience, the next one. And like when it got there to that part, I'm looking at it and I'm going, dang man, I ain't been over here. Like, why would it show me this place? Like, must like I'm like going, this was in the past. I remember being in these apartments a long time ago, and whoop this. And then the next week, I drive to Fresno. I go to my cousin's house. I'm in those apartments with him, and I take 4ACO with him. And they show me again, like, remember, I showed you. I showed you this is where you was gonna be, and now I'm here, and I'm going, what the fuck? And then within that experience, it showed me where my next experience was gonna be at. So it's like kind of weird because past, present, and future seems to be something that we create. Because if everything is happening now and everything has probably already happened, then we're just like we're just seeing it all over. It's like almost like this is the like how when people say you die and then you go through the past life experience, that's what it seems this is. This is just like the past life review. Like it's already been lived, it's already happened. So this is just you seeing it all over again in slow motion or some shit. Yeah, that's the way. But you don't have to die to get beyond. Huh. It's dang man, what is y'all talking about now? I done got lost. My thoughts. Let's see. What had your first had ego death? Were you afraid? Let's see. Wait, hold on. He said when you had an experience where you first had ego death, were you afraid that you had really died and said to yourself, "Oh, I messed up"? Hell yeah! hey, hey, I went to the look. I went to the bathroom one time. I'm off the shrooms, right? I'm tripping hard as fuck. I'm like, shit, I gotta go to the restroom. I get up, I go to the restroom, and like use the restroom. I walk to the mirror, and my body dropped dead right there on the floor. And I look back, and I'm looking at my body on the floor, and then I just flaked it off. Like, dang, I said what I said literally was, "Oh, I made this one to go a little bit longer." And I'm like going like later on, I'm going, wait, what you mean you made this one to go a little bit longer? You just watch yourself die. Then on the 4ACO, I died like 1,000 times, bro. I kept dying. I just laid on the couch. I just was like, I gave up to the point I gave up. I said, they're gonna find me on the couch. You feel me? I'm gonna be dead. They're gonna find me in the morning. But I'm not tripping because I heard when you die, you shit on yourself, and I ain't gonna have to clean it up.
Wow.
I just accepted it.
Pack him up, man. Pack him up, man.
I did. I just accepted it. I said, shit,
You
they gonna
dropping,
find me. You
you
feel me?
dropping deuces for whoever finds you, man? That's crazy,
And
man.
hey, that's what they say. They say when you die, you shit on yourself. So
Nah,
but I was like, shit. You
nah,
feel
they
me?
gotta
I ain't.
you push that out.
Hey,
Nah, you push that, you squeeze that out, man.
no,
Somebody
I
got
said shit. I said, well, I'm not gonna have to clean it up, so I ain't
they
even
gotta give you
tripping.
CPR and wake you up and be like, "Did you squeeze that out, man? You squeeze that out, man." Nah, man.
but I ain't gonna lie though. Also, I never did really understand ego death.
Nah.
I never did understand it. I hear a lot of people talk about it. I hear them say it, and I don't think I really ever
Nah, I
understood.
think it was so for me I interpreted it at the time where reality disappeared and I was in the grid and I could see like if I was dead, like if I was in another side where I could see the neighbors through the walls and everything, like I was in the grid. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That to some people is ego death. They died. They lost control. They explain it in a way that you feel me. We don't really get a grip on it because I wasn't afraid. Like I was just like shocked. Like you feel me? I was shocked that I couldn't. Like you know what I mean? I don't know what was going on. I was just a ball of light. I was just
yeah,
a ball of light. So I don't know what. Like you know what I mean? Now I thought I didn't think if I was dead. I was just like, oh, okay, this must be the part of us. Like I don't know. Reality can be switched like a light switch. I don't know. We could go from here to I don't know.
yeah.
Life is
I thought it was
strange.
just the pitch darkness, like to where you get to that nothing. Everything is just nothing. There's nothing existing.
Nah,
No
even in
thought,
the
no
there's
input.
more stuff in the darkness than there is in the light. There's more
Hey,
stuff.
hey, that's what Minute Timmy said. He said love laying in the dark, laughing my ass off. When you laying in the dark off 10 grams, ain't no darkness. The darkness
Ain't
don't
no such
exist.
thing.
It's
Nothing
so
is
much.
dark.
It's like somebody lying, shining the light.
fireworks and all type of stuff happening, man.
All type of shit happening. It's like it's no
Yeah.
darkness at all, at all.
Yo,
That light.
I couldn't find a way to get anything darker. Your eyesight is more than we think that you could see in the blackness. Like even I try to like debunk it by wondering if mentally me knowing the physical position of my hand, if I open and close my hand, knowing that that's where my hand's supposed to be, this is why I can see my bones in the blackness of the dark, like if I could have x-ray vision. But how? Like you feel me? Like this is crazy work. I know my hand's there. I can't see my hand, but I can see my bones. Like you feel me?
Yeah,
Like crazy stuff, like the electricity, the veins going through my body, the electric stuff that goes through us, the flow of energy. Like you could see weird stuff in the dark that there is no darkness. And I think it was Terrence who said that he believed that the Egyptians had those sarcophagi in the pyramid for someone on high doses to go in there into because there's no way to make it dark enough unless you're somewhere that is black, like thick wall. Like I don't know. That's like there's a room that they made. I don't know where it's located, but that no one's ever been able to stand there for a certain amount of time because it's no sound. And you could hear your stomach sounds that we're not supposed to hear. You can hear
oh
everything.
yeah,
I wonder what would happen on psychedelics if you went in there.
it'll be like like where's that place at? Piano Key used to smoke the DMT at
Hmm.
that little chamber thing that in that liquid shit.
Yeah, like a isolation chamber.
Yeah,
It has water and salt in it, so that you float tank.
yeah, the float tank, and he used to smoke DMT in the float tank. What the hell, bro? Hey,
Hmm.
hey, but you know what? You know what? Once you finish your thing, that's what we need to do, Ozo.
Hmm.
We need to order some lasers.
Yeah.
You know how they doing the
Yep.
laser experience off the
Yep.
DMT? We need to do the
Absolutely.
laser experience off a
Yep.
high dose of mushroom.
Oh my good, bro. You know what they didn't do? What we're gonna definitely do, automatically gonna do that they don't, that only in the hood they would do is when we're doing the laser experiment, we're blowing hella weed smoke on them lasers, dog. Them things are gonna be like in the smoke. You know how you can see them really good in the smoke, like you can see all the laser work.
Yeah, you got me hating. 'Cause I
Hey
can't
yo.
I can't blow no weed. be blowing be blowing black and mild smoke all in the laser. but that's what I was gonna do. I'm about to order me a laser because that's what I want to do on
Yep.
my next mushroom journey. I want to
Yep.
set the
Yep.
laser up so I can look at the laser under the mushroom because with the DMT only lasts 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe at the most. But with mushrooms, you talking about 4 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to see stuff you could like just looking at stuff like what, man? That's crazy, man. In the dark too. If you do that laser in the dark, yo, you know how much that's crazy work, man.
Yeah.
The
What's up,
shrooms are
Joe,
so
bro?
you can see the shrooms are so light sensitive that that's what's crazy about them. Super light sensitive.
Yeah, yeah. Said, he said my dog died and shit all over the place.
Wow,
Oh
that's
my god.
not even funny.
Oh,
That's crazy work.
said, are you gonna be
I know
city?
you ain't laughing, but
I don't know. Man, I laugh
nah,
at
nah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? We laugh at everything in the hood. You know what I mean? If you die a certain way and you're tooted, they're gonna be like, oh, rest in peace. But then they're gonna laugh after, like, yo, he was tooted up though when he died though.
why was
He was like,
that's in the air like that? Like, I
oh
knew Trudy. I didn't want to say nothing. But,
man,
hey, you gotta do it again, bro. It didn't less than that right there. So I'm gonna keep you out so you come back in. You don't have to come back in again.
who me?
But, Joe Crow was trying to jump in. I had an
Oh,
experience last year on November 24th with an eighth of apes, and that point in my trip, the whole field of vision looked like a big Squirtle that eventually turned into a complete
bleep
White out and felt like I merged with the source. Yeah, yeah. Them Ozo the one who had me hooked on them goddamn
on the what?
apes, something else. The
Oh,
apes.
yep, apes. Yep.
Yeah, you had me got me started on them apes. That shit was
Right
something
now, right
else.
now, right now, I'm on the Melmac wave right now. These Melmacs is about to get a crack a lacking.
Yeah, I took them apes. Like it was crazy because y'all, everybody said, you gotta wait till they dry out to take them. I remember I picked them fresh. When they got done, I picked them fresh and I ate like three of them. I ate like three of them. I was like, just to see, because I don't know, I like to taste the mushrooms. Period. Like the mushrooms from the store, I like to taste. Then I walked outside. I came back in. My whole house was gears. Nothing changed shape. It
You
was
don't know.
only everything was made out of gears, little gears, giant gears. They were all connected and they were spinning just the way they supposed to spin with red dots in the middle. And I'm going, what the fuck? I said, this shit is crazy as hell. I said, this ain't supposed to do this. Like they ain't supposed to work unless I dry them out.
Yo, somebody's in here just making mouth noises, bro.
Oh, what's up, Crow? No, I don't know. I don't know if your microphone probably not working. He said the Melmac also, he said, oh yes, Melmac, also known as Mac Galactic, will
Mhm.
transform you. Good luck, brother. He was talking about the Melmacs earlier. He
Yeah,
called them
yeah.
the Mac Galactic.
Check it out. You know what's funny, right? The Melmac is the dude who originally made Penis Envy. He sourced it through the Melmac by isolating only for bruising. He didn't isolate for shape or for mutation or nothing. He just only isolated for bruising. So out of that isolations where they birthed the Penis Envy. And the crazy part about the Melmac is that I got not only a Melmac, but I got the Melmac albino and rusty with the rusty spore prints. So this joint is gonna be super exotic. Like a albino Melmac with rusty spores is gonna be crazy, bro. I
Oh,
already
that
know
was
it's gonna
your
be
other
special.
one, Rusty White, son.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
they didn't combine them with the rusty whites. Though they just isolated it through, doing what they do. That they didn't even have to combine it with the rusty whites to get the rust spore.
damn. Melmac,
Mhm.
Rusty Whites. That's Dave. Like Dave, Dave like to talk about the different entities that come out of each mushroom.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I like the Rusty White. The Rusty Whites was alien UFOs and those type of aliens and stuff, grays and stuff was in white Rusty Whites.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's up with the Melmac. We're gonna find. I know the Melmac was crazy though. Our last one was not a albino Melmac though, so I want to see what's up with this one. The last one, I felt like I got radiation, so I was like, "What the heck is happening to me?"
Yeah, what kind of how you say your name? Lilium Yum. I'm just call you Yum. What kind of entities was seen the Mac Galactic?
Mm,
I think that's the one where he said he became like God or something. Like that'd
mm.
be the trippy part. When you become one with everything, what is that actually even called? Like you just become one with everything. It's like you connected to everything. There's no space in between nothing. Like there's no space. Space does not exist. You just all the things at one time.
Yep.
That'd be weird as hell. But it's a dope feeling at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what it remind me of? It remind me of your dreams. Like how in your dreams, like I think you're every aspect of your dream. Like you the grass that's blowing, you the wind that's blowing, you the words, the sounds, every sound that's being made, whether it's a car or anything. Oh, okay. Mostly Egyptian and Sumerian gods like Osiris and Anu. Wait, have I ever seen Osiris? The god Osiris. Let's see some images. Oh, Okay. Yeah. Man, I like this is wild. Cause this thing like with the god Osiris when he had that snake thing on his hat, seeing that thing transform into all the different things it can form into, which is weird, right? Because when you see them with them hats on, you always see them where it got that snake right there in the middle where the pineal gland, the pineal gland is supposed to be at. And like to me, it seems like that thing can change and it can form anything. It can form into anything. Like which is the trippiest thing. Let's see. Wait. Let's see. What you all say? That's what you call the self right now. You're just selfish. Yeah, he said. What's the why does light come from? Where does light come from in the dream? We have the sun to see here, but there ain't no sun in our heads. LLL. That's what I was just talking about. It's like when you when
When
you
you
take
take a
eyes
eye
and you
and you
see
see,
and you got
and you got
feedback.
feet,
So
uh,
you
you
see the different
the
things
different things
the mushrooms and they be
they be
lit
lit
up
up.
light
Light
shine
shine.
and I never
They
I
be
seen
never seen.
they be what?
I said
I
I never
said I never.
oh you
Oh,
got
you got
feedback.
feedback.
Your
All right.
microphone. I don't know
Microphone.
how
I
to
don't know how
turn
to
that
turn
off.
that off.
But yeah, I don't know where that light comes from, bro. That should be trippy because I'll never see no sun in the dream. I always see the light, but I never see a sun. Like everything be lit, but it be like lit like midday, like it's about to be nighttime. But I never seen the sun in my dream. Not like, oh yes, I did one time. Like in a dream, like I went to Walmart in a dream, and everybody, I got out my car, and everybody that was in the parking lot was sun gazing, and I stopped that one dude was like, "Oh, you getting it in?" Huh? And I started sun gazing with him for a second. That was the only time, but usually I never see the light, so it's like you're creating all that. It's like your mind already know what it is, or like I don't know, like the mushrooms, or it was the 4-ACO that was like kind of telling me that your dreams were just like past lives that was lived or future lives or some shit, and like that's what I always believed that it was a life that I lived before, and I was just it was reoccurring, it was replaying back in my head. But then I don't even know if that's true. I just know that's what it showed. Probably from the solar plexus chakra gets activated temporarily, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. The, the proved our bodies all created light, not even dreams. Just close your eyes and think of light. We're yeah, we're all light bearers. Hail Satan. You was funny, Timmy. Say it's a good way to start a dream way there are with your eyes closed and tell your mind to see the sun that your eyes don't see, your mind sees. Hey, that's crazy, UL, because that's one thing that you begin to understand too is that your mind is the thing that's seeing everything. You think it's your eyes, but it's really not. You know what? UL, I always thought that place, right? Because your eyes send the waves to the brain to show the sight, and like, but that in between space for it to travel from the eyes to the brain, I always wondered, like, a lot of stuff that I was seeing, whether that's where it existed at in that between, because that in between space right there that it takes for the eyesight to even get to the brain, bro, that shit is infinite also. Like I always look at whatever the consciousness or whatever that place is in the brain is an infinite space at the same time. Like I was watching, dang, I keep on forgetting what that movie called. It's a cartoon about the little Mexican boy, he want to play the guitar, but he can't play the guitar because his family don't want to deal with music and all that no more, and he finally goes into the afterworld, to the afterlife, and start meeting different family members and find out. Oh dang, okay. He starts to find out that his grandfather wasn't who he thought his grandfather was. It was somebody else because the dude. But the trippy thing that I was tripping off of is the ones that were in the afterlife. What they were doing was the only way they could exist was if people had photos here of them because in your mind, everybody's gonna exist. Like everybody that passes on, they won't be here in this world no more. But in your mind, they will exist right there in your mind. You feel me? And it's like it made me think about the ones that passed away that we never heard of. Like there's people that passed on that we never heard of. Like you won't even have a thought of. You feel me? So it's like they were never here.
Bro, it's like five is not even a big number, right? But a lot of us don't know who's the fifth grandma back.
Yeah,
You feel me? Who's the fifth grandma down the generational path, down back, five grandmas back? Who was it?
man.
You
We
know what I
don't
mean?
even know we don't even
What
know
about what
3
about 10?
grandmas.
What about 15? What about 100 grandmas ago? Who was that?
Yeah, who was that? Like you like a lot of us that I don't even remember my grandmother. Like I heard stories of her and seen a couple of pictures, but I don't remember her. And then so my great grandmother, I definitely don't remember. I don't even like I don't remember. So even going further back, you go 10 grandmas, it's over. It's over.
Yeah. So,
Like they wasn't even here. That's what I be tripping off when people be talking about the afterlife, and I'm going, so okay, within the afterlife, is it just the people that exist on your timeline that's gonna be in the afterlife? I hate to say it. The people that you know on your timeline, that's gonna be like, say, the 1980s is its own timeline. The 90s is its own timeline. And we did it like that because those are the people that you're going to exist with in the afterlife was everybody that made it or that was there in the 80s. Anybody that wasn't there is like not going to like people in ancient Egypt.
how about what if nobody's there?
What if nobody? Yeah, that's when you get all the way there. Nobody's there. You know what happens when nobody's there though? You got to start back recreating them.
The multiverse is crazy works, yo. The infinite. You know how crazy it is that if you're on psychedelics and you go look in the mirror, you start seeing different versions of yourself. Like crazy work.
Nah, it
I
is.
mean,
It
different
is that
thoughts.
yeah, whenever like you walk into ancient Egypt or seeing anything in Egypt, I think that's the crazy part. Like when you even seeing ancient gods that you never even knew existed, and then you speak on them, and people be like, "Hey, that's this guy right here," and you go and you start to look, and then it's like, "Wait, hold on, like how is that even a possibility?" It's also the all right, what? Wait, hold on, let me see. Eye of Haru. It just my voice so dang deep, bro. This shit never hears what I say. The eye of Haru, the eye of Ra. This is the this is the all seeing eye. That's what I be thinking sometimes that we are. We are just this eye, and our body is the pyramid itself. You feel me? And this eye is taking in everything that we see. It's okay. So the eye of Ra is the left side, and the eye of Horus is the right side. It's like almost like the yin yang explained all over again. And so in all different aspects. Like that's the weird part. When you see when I look at these pictures, the eye of Ra and the eye of Horus. Because the eye of Ra is a dark, all filled in dark black eye, and the eye of Horus is, hollowed out to where it's a white part in the inside. Like that's what made me trip off the the yin yang, yin yang. Now, watch. Let me show you. Let me see if I can put it over here. So here you guys. Screen share window. Okay. See now, whenever I see the yin yang, right? This is the trippy thing that I started to notice about the yin yang because they say this one is that and that one is that. But when you watch it right here, you see that the white one has the dark eye, and you see that the dark one has the white eye. So it's almost like all they are is the same thing. As I always said, they're a reflection of each other. The yin is just a reflection of the yang. You feel me? Because they're like each one sees the opposite of itself. Like that's the wild thing. Like this can do it. Where let's see, hey, True, what's up with it? Oh,
Mhm.
what's up with the cheese spread and the orange crystal orb? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Let's see, and the eye only see the other one. Ain't but that is trippy though, UL. That is trippy. You feel me? Like the eye only that's it. It only sees the opposite of itself. It doesn't see itself. You feel me? Like which is wild to think about.
Yeah, your eye only sees the side of your nose.
Man, my eye don't even see that. Wally was talking about that yesterday, talking about can your eye see your face from where you sitting at? It's like if I had a mirror, that's it. Never seen an orange one. Let's see. Some reptiles still have eyelash over their third eye. Hey, that's trippy. You brought up the reptile minute, Timmy, because I remember Rob was talking about one of his experiences and he turned into the reptile. He turned into he was like a lizard and he could see like the lizard scene. He could feel the heat from the sun and everything. Like I wish he was here to explain it. That shit was crazy as hell. But okay, see the eye of Horus though. Like how even the eye is. See, it's just the yin and the yang. That's it. Which is crazy. Explaining the same thing. And then but this right here is let me go back to this. Not Haru. I went to not Haru. It was look I read. Okay, yeah, this the god Osiris. Like how the god Osiris got this snake right here coming out basically out of the forehead of the helmet or whatever this thing that he wears. This thing right here, like me seeing these things on mushrooms in the experience and it changing to different shit. It like it changed to so many different entities at one time. Like it'll change from Jesus to Gandhi, from Gandhi to this person to that person. And then one time I dove in and it was like like I don't want to say a church. I forgot the old mausoleums, like way back in the days. It was like one of those, and then it started to grow. And when it got a certain size, it stopped, and the doors opened, and then another one came out of it, and then that one will grow to the size, and it'll stop, and then another one came out of it, and like basically what I got from it was like that's how everything started. It started from this one thing, and then as it grew, it took another form, and then it
That's
took
weird.
another form. But it was always the same form. It was always the same thing. But we just put like even names, like we just put a different name or something like that. But I was
Yo,
this
but
entity right here.
that's weird that you showed that image because the movie I told you about that they made these tuning forks. The tuning forks look like kind of like his helmet, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the sides of his. I mean, they were weird like tuning forks on the top of this machine. They turned it on and it started vibrating, and entities started appearing through the air itself. Like just it transformed the air around them through the vibration. Things started appearing, and so this dude disappeared. When this dude came back, he was looking like that helmet that that this dude's wearing. His pineal was sticking out of his forehead like a worm, like a it was coming out the top of his face, almost like a snake, but it was like a worm. His pineal had its own movement to it, like it was like part of him. Like it was crazy, yo. Like the pineal grew out of his skull, bro. It was crazy.
Man.
Yeah, there's some they show stuff in movies that have to do with some weird stuff. Like you know what I mean? Like those are
Yeah, they be
the
putting the
movie's
truth
called
in
From
there.
Beyond. From Beyond.
They be putting the truth in there. That
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go check it out. Yeah. But like I seen all these entities right here. I seen Toth, I seen Seth, I seen, and it's crazy because I got Anubis and Seth mixed up a lot of time. Where I seen Seth and I didn't know, I thought it was Anubis, but it was actually Seth. I seen this
What's the
Ra.
difference? What's the difference between Set and Anubis? Because Set is usually the Anubis is the from the underworld, right?
Yeah,
And who's Set?
Seth is, ain't that it like Anubis brother or something? Let's see. Let me see. What's the difference between Set and Anubis? Let's see. Set and Anubis, powerful Egyptian gods. Classed by primarily be the cause Set. Set murdered Osiris, Anubis' father, leading to fierce battles where Anubis, god of embalming and the underworld, repeatedly defeated Set, god chaos, desert storms. Oh, to
Okay, so he's
protect
chaos.
Osiris'
One's
body.
chaos and one's death.
Yeah.
So you definitely see both of them in shrooms.
Man, what the hell? Yeah, you see both of them. You see both of them. But that's the thing I don't understand. Yeah, Set. He said Set is Osiris' brother. Like it's weird, right? Because I had an experience to where I was Anubis,
Oh, his face is
and
different. He's like an anteater face almost.
yeah,
Yeah, he's not a dog. I thought he was a dog head
yeah,
too, but he's not a dog head. He's like a
like an
some
ant
type of
eater.
bird. He's like some type of bird.
Hey, hey, I had an experience to where
Yeah.
I was Anubis, and
Hmm.
Set was playing a trick on me that had me stuck in these realities, living these lives over and over again. And like I caught on, and I was like looking for him, like where you at? Like you did it again. Like it showed me, like he was playing this trick on me and had me stuck in these places, living in these lives over and over again to the point to where that I was looking for him. Like where are you at? You got me again. Okay, I fell for the trick again. Like how do I get out of this? You feel me? But it's what makes it even weirder is what's up the do me is like when I had the experience to where I was like a personal living life on earth, and like I wasn't trying to follow the rules that God had put forth. So God just like let me be and let me do what I want in order so I could see it for myself that it wasn't gonna work. And it was fucking crazy because like I was like this angel that was like living lives as humans over and over and over and over and over again. And I was like, bro, I'm telling it, stop, stop, just make it stop. Okay, I understand now. I believe you. And it would not stop. It was like, nah, you stuck in it. That's what you wanted. You stuck in it.
Wow.
And it was like over and over again. I was playing for myself. And you know what? You know what's crazy? Because at times, Ozo, I'll be thinking that these are different mind states. You feel me? These are different mind states. Like you can get stuck in different
Yeah,
ideas to
yeah,
where the idea will come to life.
they might be because they're now trying to look at these mushrooms that have no psychedelic compounds in them, that don't have psilocin or psilocybin in them, don't have muscanol in them, and people eat them and see little people. So you know what I mean? Like this mushroom is in the Asian supermarkets and stuff like that, eaten as a regular edible mushroom, but it's showing people little people. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if it's something within our genetics or something within us that we're able to see, or something that our eyeballs are able to. These I don't know. Who knows if these little people are here for real? Those little little micro people, little fairies or whatever they are. You know what I mean? Gnomes that they're just there where they're invisible to us and we can see them and we eat certain mushrooms.
Which is wow. See, hey, Chief Spread, we gotta go over that because he always saying go check out the Grateful Dead documentary, and I always forget, and I already got the video saved. That
Mm.
like because he said they be talking about the LSD and different things of that nature. LSD is some trippy shit, bro. Every time I see stories on LSD, like that was the concert the Grateful Dead had on that one show I was watching, and dude was supposed to play in the concert, and he didn't play. But when they left him like a tissue roll of the orange sunshine, and it was a full tissue roll. And he said
Wow.
he said he started taking it. He said he was walking around as Jesus for like 3 days.
Wow.
He said he was Jesus for 3 days, bro. I'm going, what the hell? He said, man, he said he took so much. He said he laid on the ground and fell asleep. He said when he woke up, he had a spider bite on his arm because the spider had bit him, and the spider was laying there next to him dead.
Wow.
I said, woo wee. Spider probably got some of that blood and probably thought it was human. Got the yeah, Jesus and thought got the same story. He said, they played at Playboy at night and dosed everyone. Hugh Hefner was all high. What the hell? I wonder that's what see. And I ain't gonna forget tonight to dive in on and look at that documentary.
What doc?
The Grateful Dead. He said they played at the Playboy Mansion that night and dosed everybody. Even Hugh Hefner was high. Had
Wow.
everybody high off LSD.
Wow.
He said, "Does anyone ever get little trips even after being off shrooms for a long time?" Yes, yes, all the time. That was one of my questions. I used to always ask Ozo. Remember, Ozo, do the shrooms still stay with you after you trip?
Yeah.
Because I'll be
Yeah.
driving and I'll start tripping. I'll
Nah.
become
Um I could only write it off to shrooms because I don't know how to explain stuff that all right, I'm in the room, it's nighttime, the room is black, there's dark blackout curtains, there's no light coming in this room. I can't see my hand in front of my face. I'm laying back on the bed and all of a sudden I see a light come into the room through my eyelids. I'm laying down and all of a sudden it starts getting brighter and brighter, and then I see the light like coming towards my face, like if somebody's in the room with a cell phone. And I open my eyes and it's blackness. There's nothing there. There's no light there. There's no nothing. So I close my eyes again and I'm like, what the hell? Now I'm over here confused. So I'm closed. And after a little while, my eyes close. A few, like not even a minute goes by, and I see the light creeping in through my peripherals coming from the side. And as it comes from the side, it starts slowly floating towards the front of my face. And it's sitting there looking at me, floating there. And I'm like, what the fuck? I open my eyes, that's just gone. And I'm like, yo. And then when I close my eyes, it slowly creeps back. And this time it doesn't come all the way to the front of my face. I just see that the peripherals just creeping slowly, won't come in front of me again. So I'm like, I gotta be tripping. I gotta have shrooms still in my system. Like, what is this? What is in the room? Like, what is?
see,
How am I able to notice? Like, only with my eyes closed, I can see this. Like, what is this? I don't know. I just write it off as, yep, the shrooms are still in my system.
oh yeah, I did. I was driving to Fresno, and when I came out the Grapevine, I'm just looking forward at the road, just driving, and then all of a sudden, these little like insect like legs came all the way around. Oh my god, Ozo, that remind me of the eye under the microscope that you showed. Like it was
Mm.
all these insect legs that came into my visual, and they were like creating the reality as I went. So like
Oh,
everything around it, they was just making it as it went. You can see them just at work, just going woo, 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 like creating the reality as I'm driving, and I'm going, what the fuck?
yo, those are called eyelashes, bro.
No, it was was some little insect legs, man. They was all the way
Yo,
around on my vision.
yo, how many people have a girlfriend who ripped off some lashes, left them in the bathroom? You think those are some insect legs?
Hey, but wait, what was that? That was the eye under a microscope. Under how much?
Yup,
What times
yo.
microscope was it?
So at that magnification, your
Eyeball under a
eyelashes look
microscope.
like insect legs too.
But it's crazy because even the eye under a microscope, it looked like some fucking land or something,
Hmm.
which is the weirdest thing.
I don't know how much x times high resolution. Yeah, you could see those things look crazy, man. The fingertips at the
That's
edge
it.
of the abyss. Yeah, fingertips at the edge of the abyss, man. That's
what
crazy work.
what make it funny is these are the fingers that I was seeing, but they were black and they had like the fingernails was like red on the tips though, and
Hmm.
they looked exactly like these fingers, and they were like kind of folding over each other over and over again.
What is the symbol, right? That symbol's a black hole with fingers pointing towards the middle, using the black hole like a Ouija board to conjure reality.
And make reality, which is some weird shit, man. Hell to the no. See, this is why I have to dive on
just
Sally.
just you got to make it a micro. We got to make these fingers microscopic so that they don't see them. So that way, they'll never see it. They'll never know that the eyeball's made out of little tiny fingers pointing into the abyss.
Yeah. And they all pointing in there. It's like, come on now, man. Come on now. Look at that. That shit is wild as hell. That's some that's some real fuckery right there.
Mhm.
Whoever and then why man, it be taking so long to show us this shit. It's like who even fucking said, okay, I'm gonna look at this thing under a microscope and I'm gonna report it. And look, it just looked like fingers with hair or something, like some fucking Sasquatch hair or something. This is a Sasquatch right here. That's what that is. Fucking Sasquatch.
Oh man, sheesh.
But yeah, I gotta get out of here though, Ozo.
All right, man.
Sasquatch
That's
sitting
great.
right here next to me. Look, ain't that something? Sasquatch sitting right next to me. But yeah, I gotta get out of here, y'all. Gotta go do the family thing. You know, now that goes. But good looking
Mhm.
out. Thanks for stopping by, Ozo.
Word, word. Holla.
Uh, yeah, till next time. All right, I'm gonna get at you, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, and thank you. Thank y'all for stopping by. Next time, man, y'all be throwing out all these what's names, these messages. I can't grab everybody messages. Sometimes you gotta come in so the conversation can get pivoted to what you're talking about. You feel me? And we can dive deeper in on it. He said yeah, because yeah, everybody was throwing yeah, I was throwing up gang signs in the chat. The chat was going crazy, but I thank y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Until next time, though, peace out, y'all. Have a good one.